Okay, we're going to get started. Regular meeting of the Board of Education is Thursday, January 17th, 2013. It is 6:02 p.m. All board members are present. I want to welcome everyone for coming. Thank you for coming out. We will first begin, if you all will join us in standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have an agenda before us. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Bill? Any discussion? All in favor then of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, agenda's approved. Our first section in our meeting is recognition. If everyone would stay for the entire recognition portion, we'd appreciate it, and then I'll give everyone a moment to, if you need to get going with your kids, you'll have a moment to do that after all recognitions are done. First, we have school board appreciation. Dr. Welker, is there anything you'd like to say? Good.
Certainly. Especially tonight. Actually, prior to the meeting this evening, we had a special dinner for administrators and for the school board due to the fact that next week is School Board Appreciation Week. This is sponsored by the Missouri School Boards Association, and the goal is to build awareness and understanding of the important function that the Board of Education plays in communities and schools across the state of Missouri. Since we're not meeting next week, we wanted to recognize our Board of Education this evening. We are very fortunate to have a very dedicated board. These are individuals who are elected public servants and receive no payment for their service. I would like to read a proclamation prepared by Governor Jay Nixon for this occasion. And it reads, Office of the Governor, State of Missouri, proclamation, whereas a system of quality public education is essential to the future of our state and nation, and whereas the people of Missouri have a long tradition of support for public education and their local school districts, and whereas local school boards are the ultimate expression of the unique American institution of representative governance of public school districts, and whereas local school boards, acting on behalf of and in close connection with the people of their communities, chart the direction of education in their communities, and whereas local school boards serve as the key community advocate for children, youths, and the public schools. Now therefore, I, Jeremiah J. Nixon, Governor of the State of Missouri, do hereby proclaim January 20th to the 26th, 2013 to be School Board Recognition Week in Missouri, and urge all Missourians to recognize school boards as they strive with their communities to improve our public schools through quality leadership. In testimony thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the Great Seal of the State of Missouri, Jefferson City, this 7th day of December 2012. On behalf of Cape Girardeau Public Schools, I wish to thank each of the board members for their dedication and service to our school district. We actually wanted to do something a little bit different this year in terms of recognizing this occasion, and so we have had some artwork prepared by some of our students at the high school. I believe it was Elizabeth Thomas's high school art class. And what we would like to do is, as we call each board member forward to present you with your piece of artwork, I believe some of those students that actually created the art may be with us this evening, and we're going to get a picture with the student and the school board member. So Dr. Copeland is actually going to read the names, and we also have a certificate and just a few other little goodies to give you. So
There's Elizabeth.
And is Elizabeth Thomas, I believe, is with us. I didn't think you were going to make it this evening, so I want to recognize Elizabeth for helping us get the artwork from her students to present this evening. Thank you, Elizabeth. And so I'm going to have Dr. Copeland read the names, if you would.
Okay, Miss Stacy Kinder is receiving a picture from Aaron Biddle, Sanctuary on the Bank.
And is the student here? Okay. Also have, yes. Yes. But we want to get a picture of the picture. So let me set this down.
Next, Mr. Kyle McDonald is receiving a picture from Brittany Davis entitled Paradise.
Let's get you in the picture here somewhere. Why don't you stand here next to him? Right. There we go. And we have to do it. Okay. Everybody look at me. All set? Hang on a second. Yeah, there's another one. All set? Here you go.
Yeah. Next, Mr. Don Call is receiving a picture from Emily Daly entitled Country Beauty. Mr. Phil Moore is receiving a picture from Caroline Caston entitled A Clearing. Mr. Paul Menninger is receiving artwork from Elizabeth Neal entitled A Country Storm.
Where's the stool?
Let me give it to him, Dr.
You want to?
I'll give it to him.
There we go.
Oh, man. Couldn't resist. Yeah.
Mr. Tony Smee is receiving artwork from Emily Holman entitled Crimson Mountains.
Awesome. Good job.
Ready? One more. See, tip it forward just a little. There. I got a glare. Let's see what that. Tip it back. I'm gonna take it. Something about that one wants to be left. Here we go. You got it. Thank you.
Miss Lynn Ware is receiving artwork from Meredith Caldwell entitled A Walk in the Ocean.
That's nice. Everybody take a step aside. I just
Stay away from my candy.
Let's do it. Ready? Here we are. Thank you. Good job.
I would again like to thank Ms. Thomas and the art students for helping us with the artwork. And again, would like to thank the Board of Education and tell you how much we appreciate all the time and effort that you put forth in serving our school district. That's it. What you want me to do for Terrific Tigers?
Well, I think next is Terrific Tigers.
We're pleased to recognize our January Terrific Tigers, students from each of our buildings who are selected to receive this award based on their service to others, leadership, and scholarship. And as we ask each of them to come forward, would have their parents stand at their spot so that we can recognize the parents as well. So we'll start off with our Terrific Tigers.
First up, from Alma Schroeder Elementary, we have Ellie Kate Schaefer, second grade daughter of Nikki and Darren Schaefer. Ellie Kate was honored by 3 different teachers as a citizen of good character. She is extremely compassionate towards others. She also has one of the sweetest smiles that will warm your heart on a cold winter's day. We are proud to honor Ellie Kate as Alma Schroeder's Terrific Tiger. Congratulations.
These pronouns are just too tall. Just a little bit higher, Ellie. There you go. Looks good. Nice smile right here. Let's take another one. Is that Ellie? Thank you.
Next up, from Blanchard Elementary School, we have Isabella Pattengill, kindergarten daughter of Jessica and Justin Pattengill. Okay, we'll have to give it to her.
They have a program over there tonight.
Okay, we'll have to wait till next month to give it to her. From Clippard Elementary School, we have Andrea Gutierrez, 4th grade daughter of Susanna and Saul Gutierrez. Andrea is always showing excellent GUR behavior. Each day she comes in smiling, completes her work neatly and to the best of her ability, and is caring towards others. Every student should strive to be like Andrea. Congratulations. From Franklin Elementary School, we have Janika Roberts, 2nd grade daughter of Renata Columba and Levi Roberts. Janika is always a hard worker, very kind and considerate. One of her classmates was crying because he lost his award certificate for a free kids meal, and Janika took her certificate out of her backpack and gave it to him. Janika is a true friend. Congratulations. From Jefferson Elementary School, we have Gemma Figueroa, 2nd grade daughter of Raquel and Martin Figueroa. Gemma always displays excellent behavior inside and outside of the classroom. She is very respectful toward adults as well as her peers. She is dependable and always willing to help others. Gemma is a joy to have in classroom. Congratulations. Congratulations, Gemma. From Central Middle School, we have Mason Dunn, 5th grade son of Amy and Robert Dunn. Mason has demonstrated outstanding skills in following expectations at CMS. He is always pleasant and is a hard worker. Mason can be counted on to be responsible every day. It is a joy to have Mason in class. Congratulations, Mason.
All right, Mason. Are you ready? And again. Thank you.
Congratulations. From Central Junior High School, we have Elizabeth Ustinoff, 8th grade daughter of Irina Ustinoff. Elizabeth is an excellent student who is very conscientious and always respectful to both staff and peers. She is a member of Student Council and Beta Club. She is well liked by other students and is a good role model. We are proud to have Elizabeth represent CJHS as Terrific Tigers. Congratulations.
She was in our video on Facebook. Today. Yeah, dear. Thank you. Oops.
Congratulations. From the Central High School, we have Emily Weisenberger, 12th grade daughter of Yolanda and Scott Weisenberger. Emily is a quiet, refined, intellectual young lady. She is socially mature and curious to learn. Her classmates value her opinion, and she is a calming, sweet presence. Emily is trustworthy, and if she says that she will do something, you can count on it being done in a very timely manner. She displays a great deal of integrity by always striving to do the right thing. Emily Weisenberger is a treasured student. Congratulations. And from the Alternative Education Center, we have Zamika Fly, 9th grade daughter of Catherine Seidel. Zamika is a spirited student and a good role model at the Alternative Education Center. She is dependable, studious, and adds humor to each class. We are proud to have Zamika as our representative. Congratulations, Zamika. And that's it.
That's it. Let's do a group picture. And once you three come back here, and then we'll put the rest of you front. Okay, will that work? That works. You all line up across here in the front. Look out here, kids, and smile, and grown up smile. Again. Parents need pictures. Are you ready? Congratulations to all of you.
Again, congratulations to all our January Terrific Tigers, and special thanks to all the parents who showed up this evening as well.
Okay. That concludes recognitions for tonight. If parents and students need to leave, now would be a good chance to do that. Pause for a moment. But everyone's welcome to stay, and board members have to stay. So
I think they'd let us know what our bonus is. You got that, man.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. It's my bonus. You're getting one of Stacy's pieces of candy.
It's in my belly. I know, it's funny.
swap my Reese's for things
Maybe
later.
that, maybe that, maybe that.
Go ahead.
Can't do peanut butter.
You can't, I'll take it. I'm in. We'll trade it for shotgun.
I'll pay in Reese's.
Okay. Shotgun. She's funny.
Did you, Mom?
Beat the baby.
Okay, next we have information, proposals, or comments from the audience. First is an update from McCarthy Construction.
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
I'm on.
Yeah, Mr. Glass.
Basically, the last project we've got finishing up is.
Oh, actually, yes, we were told speakers need to probably go to the podium.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't, for some reason, you don't have a mic over there. I don't know why, but,
There's reasons for that.
yeah, okay. Thanks. Mr. Glass.
The Performing Arts is the last project to finish up with our April 2010 bond issue. And right now, things are really starting to take shape. On the outside, we've got the perimeter fences down in front, so it really actually looks like a performing arts building from the outside. Gutters and downspouts have been completed, and on the inside, a lot of work's being done there too. The inside brick walls have been stained. They really look good. Dr. Cowan commented on those the other day, stating how marvelous they did look. The sound system, the line array, the speakers have been hung. That's starting to take shape. They're pulling wire. The stage flooring is being installed currently. The carpet is down. Installation of the seating is underway. In fact, the balcony, the first 220 seats have been installed. Woodwork is ongoing. The stage lighting will be installed next week, and the curtains will be installed the last week of January. So everything is really coming together here at the end, and we're still shooting for the 1st of February for completion and inspection and occupancy certificate. So any questions on that? It's exciting stuff.
I have a side note question. What's the first event that will be held in that?
You mentioned that the other day.
Yes, well, the first official event.
I'm sorry, Dr. Cowan, I'm sorry. If you would please step. I've been told to be the bad guy.
I know, most people tell me to stay
So.
away from the microphone. The first official event, Phil, will be our spring orchestra concert, which is February 26th, which will be their pre-contest concert. But then shortly thereafter, within a matter of a few days, the band will have its pre-contest concert, and then the choir will have its concert. So there'll be 3 concerts in short order.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next is program evaluations. First, we have AEC credit recovery with Mr. McMullen.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Just wanted to go over some, I guess, outlines of our program. Are we able to pull that up?
8-7.
Okay.
It's coming up.
I checked with Missy earlier today, so there were a few revisions on the numbers. First of all, our number of students impacted by the program typically are around 150. We start off the beginning of the year with around 115, 120. We typically graduate 8 to 10 students in October, December, March, and then also May. So that affects about 150 students, 25 to 30 which attend our credit recovery program after school. The cost of the program is $918,838, which includes 12 certified teachers, a social worker, transition coordinator, 1 math assistant, which is our support staff, a special education teacher, administrator, transportation supplies, instructional materials, credit recovery, licenses, and tutoring after school. There's a grid. I guess in the past we've done percentages, but it'd probably be a little bit better or easier for you all to kind of understand, how we evaluate our program by numbers. In 2010-11, we graduated 25 students from the alt school. Last year, we graduated 28. Since that 13, we had 3 other students they had an independent study and also credit recovery that they finished at the end of term, like toward the end. And so at the halfway point, we've graduated 16 students so far this year. Anytime we get over 20, that's always good, but our goal is to try to hit the 30 mark this year. And so that's one of our aspirations for the rest of this semester. Next category is dropouts. In 2010, 2011, we had 22. Last year we had 18. Thus far we have 2. We want to keep our retention rates high, so we want our dropouts to be low, and our staff has done a good job of continuing that and lowering that. The next category is long-term suspensions. 2010-11 we had 3, same as 2011 and 12, and then this year we had 2. And then the last category before attendance is stop outs. And what a stop out is if a student attends our school and they miss 6 days of school that are unexcused before the term ends, they end up losing credit and we have to drop them and then re-enroll them the next term. In 2010 and 2011 school year, we had 11. Last year we had 15, and this year we only have 2. So we're seeing a lot of growth and progress in those areas that we want to decrease. Attendance with our students have always been an issue. Most of them have not been successful in any other academic session or settings because of attendance behavior, and that affects their academics. In 2010, 2011, our attendance was 85.5%. 2011, 2012 was almost 85.5 as well. This year we've seen a huge increase, or a big increase for us, by 2%. It's 87 and 0.62%, which has been kind of like an all-time high over the past few years when I've compared data to previous years. Of course, our goal would like to be at 90, but 87 is really good because most of our students that are referred to us have attendance issues, and that's a big challenge for them. Next, we have our reading levels. In 2011, 2012, we had 98% of our student population that was multiple grade levels below in reading and written expression. This year, we did the Jerry Jones assessment, and we've shown a lot of improvement. 25% of our high school students are above grade level, 32% on grade level, 43% are still below grade level, but we are seeing growth. And of course, our goal is to always increase those numbers of students that are below grade level. And we are working on interventions such as our Reading Horizons, which is a phonemic awareness program, fluency program, reading comprehension program. So we're planning to implement that this upcoming term, so hopefully we can see an increase in our reading. Also, we're going to implement that at the junior high level. 96% of our junior high students are below grade level. Most of them are referred to us because of that fact, and so, our goal is to improve in that area. Next, under our CSIP guidelines, the district will have instructional programs designed to target students that are below grade level in reading proficiency, which is what we're here for. Utilize the AEC to provide students with an alternative educational setting for academic recovery. Utilize the after-school credit recovery program for all high school students not on pace to graduate. Implement academic watch at-risk procedures at all levels. Annually identify eligible ACT students and assist with the enrollment process. Utilize transition programs to provide opportunities for students to participate in job shadowing, internships, and career tours. One of our strengths of our program is that we want to help decrease the high school dropout rate, and allowing students to attend credit recovery can provide avenues to get students back on pace for that. The smaller classroom sizes helps individualize our instruction. We also are able to continue to focus on postgraduate planning and training. We've created partnerships with local businesses such as Southeast Hospital, Walgreens, KGMO, and American Red Cross to provide internships for our students for student electives. We also are still collaborating with Southeast Missouri State University to provide students access to tutorial and financial services if they plan to attend institutions of higher ed. We also have a ACT prep class in which we get materials donated by Capitol Hall Bank, and also our partnership with the Cape County Juvenile Authorities to help address truancy and delinquency issues involving our student population. One of our challenges always is limited funding for PBIS, which we've implemented. I think that's had a huge increase on why our attendance is so is higher than it's been in recent years, because we do have incentives in which if they reach their academic or behavioral goals, then they get off-campus lunch or once a month or whatever incentives that we have scheduled for that time period. Lack of parental involvement. And I think PLC, having professional learning community, can help combat that, because we are addressing those issues and providing students with interventions and supports that they're probably not going to get at home. We continue to address the dropout rate by developing collaborative relationships and providing experiences such as internships, job shadowing, career counseling, college visits, and military information. Our program goals are to continue to use strategies and interventions to increase attendance, continue to use those interventions to prevent students from dropping out, and implement differentiated instructional practices and materials to address low reading levels. Also, working with the high school, Dr. Callan's done a good job working with us and identifying students that will be actually successful in our program, and that's been really beneficial also. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Looking at we're creating partnerships with Southeast Hospital, Walgreens, KGMO,
Yes.
and the American Red Cross to provide internships.
Yes.
Are they doing that? Are we doing that? What?
It depends on the criteria of our students, because most of our students, when we enroll them in those internships, it's for electives, and if they're close to graduating. I know last year we had some students that did internships with KGMO and that sort of thing, but this year we've had students that have had like a lot of their electives out of the way, and so the only thing they needed to graduate was some of like their core content areas such as English or math. But we still provide them, but our scheduling is based on student need. Whichever group of students are close to graduating, we tailor what the rest of our teachers are teaching based upon that.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
You mentioned in your discussion that if the students missed 6 days, was that days that they just were absent? They were disenrolled and then re-enrolled the following semester?
Yes, that's correct.
Is that a school policy, or is that a?
It's indicative for our school, since our semesters are considered 1 quarter because of the block scheduling.
Okay. So it's just that they're missing that much?
Yes,
time.
and if it's unexcused.
It just keyed on, for some reason, because I read the Jackson board minutes, or the reporting on the Jackson School Board from this month, where they were going to start disenrolling their students who were suspended and then re-enrolling them once their suspension was up, so their absence didn't affect their daily average attendance. And so, you know,
I hadn't heard that.
yeah, anyway.
Yes.
On your attendance percent, Dr. Cowan, would you say that the 87%, was that higher than the attendance they had if they came from your school building, you think?
Just move on up to the front row, Dr. Callan.
It's hard to tell without looking at the individual students, Don, of course, but yes, in general, I would think it's somewhat better, because many of the kids who go to alternative school recommend are kids who just have a long-term history of just not coming to school for whatever reason. And as he was said, about 85, 87, which I think is good. For instance, this past semester, the high school overall was 94.2. So that's quite a significant difference between the two. But I think again, a lot of the kids who we recommend to go there have had chronic attendance issues throughout the years.
Are most of the students referred from the high school? Do any of them voluntarily on their own come up and see you, say, can I go? Because we always have some of those.
We have many kids who want to go. And so we have to make careful decisions, because there's X number of seats at the alternative school, and that's part of its effectiveness. Whereas we take as many who come in the door, the alternative school has X number of seats, so we often have a waiting list of kids wanting to come in, and so we have to set some priorities about who goes in, because we're always working with our kids who are close to being graduated as getting top priority for going to the alternative school.
And that goes back to your question, Mr. Ware, earlier, about the interns. It depends on what the student needs are. That's pretty much what it's all about.
You saw another question on my face, didn't you?
I see that.
I actually wanted to know if by the next meeting, maybe, if you could get some numbers, how long have we had the partnerships with these agencies?
Some of them prior, the university I know was last year, but some of these were established prior to me taking over.
Okay. So let's say like within, and I'm sure because we keep great records, within the last maybe year or two, how many internships have been at these locations?
To my knowledge, I know that the one for the radio station is the only one, because we base it on, I guess, dependability, student behavior. So to my knowledge, last year we had one individual that was able to do that. And then we had 2 students do internships, I guess, in the summertime with Mr. Glass's staff working with the maintenance crew.
Looks wonderful on paper.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next evaluation is technology. Mr. Hall.
I can't remember if I was told I had a half an hour or 5 minutes.
5 minutes would be
5
safe.
minutes.
Okay, okay. All right. We serve every student in the district. Current enrollment, when I ran this, was 4242, so kind of a nice number there. Program cost about $1.2 million. That's for staff, salaries, benefits, all of the equipment, labs, travel, repair parts, ID supplies, everything. If it plugs in, it's related to this. Then we get almost $140,000 back from E-rate on our Priority 1 services, which is telephone and internet connections. On our CSIP that we address, we kind of touch on several more, but the specific ones are 3B, 1 through 3. The strengths of the program, I have to say that we have a really good team, and we're able to do in-house support for almost everything, project planning to web development, everything. We've only spent about $500 this year on outside contracted services. We're constantly looking for free or open source programs that we're able to use instead of having to buy something or pay a licensing agreement or support on it. We do provide face-to-face training, and we're working on more instructional materials and recorded trainings for the staff also. We have very good security measures and disaster recovery, but we're working on improving those also. And wireless, I know, has been a big concern, and we've gotten multiple upgrades to the wireless throughout the district, and we're continuing to work on those as witnessed by the agenda later on our E-rate items. We do provide quality support, and we try and do timely support also. We are a little short-handed compared to the number of computers and staff that we serve, but we try the very best that we can, especially with projects going on right now. We get just a little behind on those, but overall I'd say that we do a pretty good job of supporting the staff. Continuing education throughout the entire department, whether it's trainings on items that we're currently using, or we have one with a master's degree, and I have one that's pursuing a master's degree, and several Cisco certified, and we're all Hubble network certified, and we try and continue our education and training on the job. So, and like I said, the E-rate saves us about $140,000 a year. Concerns of the program is that there's a need for more technology training for all the teachers across the board. And I know we're hiring a instructional technology coach, which is going to help huge. We've needed this for years. We also need some time to sit down and make more training videos just for day-to-day use of items. And I'd really like to be able to have that time to do that. Like I said, there is a need for some on-call and extended hour support, and possibly even just some work order support to help out in that area. The cost of maintaining and upgrading our systems is perpetually growing. As we increase all of our networking and wireless and everything, eventually it has to be upgraded, it has to be replaced, it has to be repaired, kind of with everything else. So the increasing number of computers and other services that we've taken on, the access control, security cameras, Moodle web support, will require more support personnel. The response time to the work orders is increasing, like I said, due to additional workload that we've taken on. Increased infrastructure costs for data storage, wireless and switches, all that stuff. Just, we need more and more storage, especially as we bring more devices on, more people, everything. So the goals of our program, though, I try to create a positive working environment and pass that on to my staff, make sure that they have a positive attitude, because then that passes on to the end users, the people that we support, passes out into the schools. We want to make sure that we're portraying that positive attitude out there. And even my assistant, she says every time she answers the phone, she smiles before she answers the phone to get that positive feeling before she even talks to anybody. So we want to continue to provide that timely and quality support for everyone, and continue education and professional development opportunities, provide the current technology solutions to give teachers the best tools available for the funding that we have, work with our curriculum coordinator, assistant superintendent of curriculum, and the technology instructional specialist to meet all the technology and instructional needs of the district, expanding the capability of the department to meet the growing needs of the district, seek even more efficient ways to collect and distribute data, because as we know, everything's data driven, and hopefully with our new SIS system, we'll be even better at getting more of that data out. So, and we're continuing to follow our new technology plan, 2012-2015 technology plan, and implement the one-to-one initiative across the grades 5 through 12 over the next 5 years. And I rated the program above average. I do believe that we have an above average program. I think we have an excellent program, but there's always room for improvement. And under the concerns of the program, I mean, if we had absolutely no concerns, I would rate it as excellent. But I think we have an excellent staff, and that's why I rated us above average. So, are there any questions at all?
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Next are informational reports. First being the board president's report. I have nothing to report this month. Next is the superintendent's report. Dr. Welker.
Well, just first off, we've had an excellent start, I think, to the second semester. We do not have school on Monday due to the recognition of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And then Tuesday, we have professional development. So there's no school on Tuesday as well. We've done very well in terms of not having snow days, which I'm very pleased about. I shouldn't say that, right, Mr. Glass?
Oh, sure.
Kiss it
We're doomed.
But so far, it looks good, so we appreciate that fact. That's really all I have.
Okay, thanks. Next is the report from the CTA.
Good evening. Since School Board Appreciation Week is coming up, on behalf of CTA, I want to formally thank you for all the work that you do for our school district. We know as board members, you willingly sacrifice your time and your talents, and you don't get much. You don't get many thank yous, and I know that. So it is a very thankless job. But as a small token of our appreciation from CTA, Robin has a small gift from each of you. But again, I just want to say thank you, and we do appreciate everything you do for the district.
Thank you.
Leaving here and handing out individually.
Whatever.
I won't sign them or anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is the Treasurer Finance Report. Ms. Clifton.
For the month of December, we received $6.6 million in revenues. We did get a small portion of our property tax dollars in the month of December, so that's why you see a larger amount in the revenues. Expenditures was $4.8 million in total. As you can see, the bond expenditures are slowly decreasing. We had $810,000 in bond expenditures for the month of December. Does anyone have any very specific questions about the board or the treasury report?
Thank you. Next are board reports, legislation and MSBA. Mr. Call.
The only, I didn't get anything from the MSBA this month. Did you get anything? No. The legislative forum is in February 19th. That's in I forgot to write it down. So if anybody wants to attend or plan on attending, let Beth know.
Okay. Thanks. And Cape Public School Foundation.
The next event for Cape Public Schools Foundation is the annual Penguin Party, which is to be held on February 9th, which is Saturday evening, out at the Cape Girardeau Country Club. The cost is $100 per couple, or I believe you can buy tables of 8 if you wish to bring all your friends out and have a good time. I believe Dave Rennick Band is playing this year, I believe. And they have several items that will be auctioned off to raise money for innovative grant ideas submitted by teachers from all of the different schools. And those grants will be awarded later in the spring. If you are interested in attending, you can go to the main website, and there's a link there to reserve tickets, or you can contact the foundation director, which has an office downstairs across from the superintendent's office, to get tickets there. And again, that's Saturday, February 9th at the Country Club, and it's always a good time. So just
Are you
ask
going to
everybody.
buy everything at the auction this year?
What's that?
Are you going to buy everything at the auction this year?
No,
Yeah. Okay.
not everything.
Okay.
There's more than several items at the auction. It's a big auction.
It is, and there's silent auctions and live auctions both.
It's a good time. Okay, thanks. Next, there is a consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Beach too. Okay, all in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, that agenda is passed. We have no business tonight. Is there any information or proposal from board member? Hearing none, then, is there a motion to move into executive session to cover personnel issues, student issues, and safety and security procedures?
So moved.
Second. Yep.
Okay. All in favor of moving into executive session, please say aye, starting with Lynn. Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
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 Okay, we're in executive session.